Have you ever thought about what would be on your bucket list? A trip to Australia, swimming with sharks, running a marathon? Well, sadly, Brett Kinloch didn't get to finish everything on his before he passed away last year.
Well, now his wife, Nicola, has made the decision to remember her husband in a very special way by completing the list in his memory, and she joins us now. You've got your lovely family over on the other side of the studio, so that's who we can hear. They've been looked after by Grandma Jill, so we'll get them in just a minute.
Gorgeous girl.
You had the perfect life with him, didn't you?
Yeah, we were very lucky. We bought our first home, we'd done a little bit of travelling together, we had great jobs, and, yeah, we were really
How
happy.
would you describe him?
Oh, he was just such a laid-back guy. He took everything in his stride. People just wanted to be friends with him. He was so approachable, and you couldn't help but like him, I don't think.
Yeah.
And yeah, just fun to be around.
He sounds like a lovely man, that's for sure. In 2015, as you said, you travelled, he'd got a promotion, you'd had your first baby, and he was a keen footballer, and there was a couple of things that happened. He'd collapsed on the football pitch, and then there was another moment when he was driving and he had this weakness in the entire right side of his body. So obviously, back and forward from the doctor, but eventually he had an MRI scan, and what did that show?
It showed that there was a mass in his brain. Initially, they obviously can't diagnose it straight away, so there was a couple of weeks of testing and further scans to try and work out what the outcome was. And at that point, I think we got the mantra that we prepare for the worst and hope for the best. So we started getting our head around if it was going to be a bad outcome, but just hoped that it wouldn't be. So, and then, unfortunately, when we got the bad news, we could put some of the plans into place that we'd been thinking about.
Because, oh, look,
I know.
It's all very sad there. She's going for a walk now. You had that treated. And intensive therapy. And so you thought maybe we're out of the woods here, and he was being constantly monitored. And then you discovered, actually, it had come back more aggressive in a different part of his brain.
Yeah, I think it was the location that didn't help us out the second time around, where he had it removed, and we went abroad for some treatment. We had treatment in the UK. And I think just his positive attitude is a massive attribute to getting over some of these things. And we had some really good scan results, and we were doing really well. And when it came back, it just came back in a too deep a part of his brain to be able to operate.
And so what did they tell you the outlook was at that point?
I think from there it was a palliative outlook. And again, he kept hold of his hope and researched other treatments and continued to...
He'd done this list when he was, what, 21, 22?
Yeah, early 20s, yeah.
And so so that had always been... You knew that it existed and you'd seen it. Had you been ticking it off throughout your married life?
Not necessarily actively planning everything for the list. Just one evening on the sofa, he mentioned that he had the list, and we sat down together and just read through it. He'd ticked off some already before we were together. And then as we were planning stuff to do, we could refer it back to the list, and we just jokingly say, oh, that one's on the list, we can do that one.
We can do that one. Well, on the list was having a family, and it's quite extraordinary against all the odds and being told that the treatment could possibly make him infertile. You went on to have 2 further girls. So sort of this real life and death kind of balance. No more pinpointed on the day that your youngest Aria was born. So, but as awful as the situation seems, you write it down, you say it out loud, and it's horrible that she was born on the same day that her dad passed away, but it could have been so much worse. It could have been 3 hours in the other direction. He could have passed away 3 hours before she was born. It could have been 3 days the other way. It could have been 3 months the other way. So actually, I take a lot of comfort in the fact that she got to meet him. He knew that she was here. He knew that we were safe. And
well, you were remarkable because, I mean, obviously, it's heartbreaking when you go into labour and you have to leave him. It's a different hospital. And so you go into labour and you have Aria. 50 minutes after having her, you are on the road, on the way to him.
So when I went into labour, he was still at home. He was fine. I'd given him a kiss and said goodbye, and he knew that I was in labour. And it was actually while I was in labour, he suffered quite a bad seizure, and the ambulance crew sort of worked really hard to revive him, and he got taken to a different hospital to where I'd gone for to deliver. So, and I wasn't aware of any of this during my whole labour. My midwives were fantastic, and they were being kept updated, but at no point were they letting on to me that there was any massive problem. It was only after I'd had Aria that they they let me know that we needed to hurry things along, and they worked really well.
He saw, he met her.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
thank goodness for that.
Yeah,
thank goodness for that.
Yeah.
And so the decision then is to honour his memory, this amazing guy, by continuing to tick off that list in his name.
Good for you.
So what have you done? What have you done?
I think our biggest achievement, we went over to Australia in September.
Whoops.
So,
all right, just a little camera thing.
Bit of a camera fell off then.
You went to Australia, so this is something you wanted to do. You took the girls. No, nothing.
Nothing to do with your children. No, they didn't touch anything. That's fine. We did that all on our own.
So you went there, and he must feel like he's around you as you tick these moments off.
Yeah, and I did a skydive. That was on his list. So while in Sydney, I did a skydive, and I'd had some socks made that had pictures of his face on, so I put my long socks on and jumped out of a plane.
You're coming with me.
Yeah.
And so there must be things that you haven't done yet.
Yeah.
So seeing the Northern Lights, I imagine that's a big one. I mean, the kids will love that. What are you planning?
I'd like to couple that with maybe a trip to Father Christmas when the little ones are a bit bigger to remember it. So take them to Father Christmas and hope that the Northern Lights come out as well.
You completed Get a Tattoo.
Oh, no, I didn't. He had already got...
He did that.
I wonder whether you...
No, I don't have a tattoo.
One of them go straight to work from a drunken night out.
That would be him.
Well, we've never done that.
No, we've never done that.
Over there. My mum's over there.
And some of them, the Great Barrier Reef, that's a beauty. Ayers Rock, what a great one. You've got some really lovely things here, which you've obviously... sort of shared so beautifully. Road trip in California, go to Las Vegas, the helicopter ride, see the Grand Canyon, camp under the stars in the middle of nowhere. And one of them is drive a Ferrari.
Yeah.
So are you a bit of a petrol head?
I wouldn't say I'm a petrol head, no. I've got a car, I can drive a car, but...
Yeah. Was he a petrol head?
I think, he enjoyed his cars and he enjoyed driving fast, and I think... He lost it when he had his tumour. He couldn't drive, and I think that really frustrated him. And he knew that was something that he wouldn't do.
Well, maybe we can help you with this one. You knew we'd pick one of them, but it is the car outside the studio right now is a Ferrari Portofino, which you are going to get the chance to look at that. Look at that. So you get a chance to go out there and have a good old look, have a good old play. But it gets better.
It does get better. You've got to take it all in because Ferrari have arranged for you to take it for a spin later on in the year around Silverstone Circuit. So you can well and truly tick that one off the bucket list.
You'll get professional instruction.
Yeah, I need
that. They won't just put you in it and say go. And it's a proper VIP day, so with all the trimmings. And you're going to... It's the Ferrari Challenge UK event in September that you go to.
Thank you very much.
And they will look after you, and that's from Ferrari. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
No,
thank you.
Ferrari.
I think we should meet your family as well. Do you want to let's bring them in? Yeah, the ones that are still here. Oh, someone's fallen asleep. Is that Ella who's asleep?
Hi,
That's
Freya.
Aria.
Oh, that's Aria.
Aria was one yesterday.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
hello. How are you? In you come. Here come the girls.
Come and join us. Hello. You look very pretty. I like your
Blur
hair.
from our green room is
Elsa. You look like...
Oh, you want to show me?
Oh, come and sit here and show me.
Yeah, come and sit up here.
Who have we got here, then? Who have we got here? So which one's this one?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure. Which one's this one?
Is it Barbie?
You're not sure. Do you know which one is? Is this Barbie?
Yeah.
She's got lovely hair, just like your hair.
Yeah.
And how are you girls? How are you, Freya? Yeah, good.
She has got hair. She's got black hair. Yeah. She's gorgeous. Oh, girls, thank you so much for coming in today. Can you see yourselves on the telly there? Can you see yourself?
Look at that.
Do you want to give everyone a wave? Well, say hello to everyone.
Give a wave.
Say hello. Hello.
That's the way to do it. How are you, Jill? Lovely to see you.
I'm all right, thank you.
Very nice. You've had a bit of a wrangling job over there.
You've done a very good job. Brilliant, Grandma. Good luck with the rest of the tick list. I'm sure you'll make your way through it, and you have a lovely family.
Oh, we do.
And thank you so much for coming in. I'm going to give these to you back. Otherwise, I'm going to take them off me. I'm going to keep them.